How troublesome. Hello, everybody. Oh. Uh, what am I doing? Arrows crossing. Let's go. Oh, I got a bunch of good fish. Let's go. We're so back. All right, we are headed to. Well, we would be headed to Thyros Crossing if it wasn't all the way across the map from where we currently are. Let me look on, or let me crack open YouTube chat while we're going over to Frostmill because there's a bunch of chests over there we can grab. Alright, pop out, boom. Docs, there we go. Oh, look at that. Quasimorph just got updated. That's what I've been waiting a while for. So we're kinda so back. I mean, we've been back for a while. Pretty much everything has been getting updated. I'm just waiting for the Arcane Odyssey update now. Because that one's going to be an even bigger one. Like, that is a massive update that they're coming out with. Let me get rid of all those pings on my screen. Okay, there we go. We are going to be grabbing... I hope this guy doesn't know where all the chests are. Because ignorance is bliss. And if he knows where the chests are, that means he's going to be sad that I took them. And I don't want to make a new player feel sad. So we're just going to take them all preemptively. So that if he does find out that there are chests there, or if he does walk by the area where the chest would be, they are no longer there. And you can't feel sad about something you've never had. Something you don't even know exists. That's how fascism works. Look at that. He's doing it. He's fighting him. He's bugged her out. I've noticed the last few fights I've done against Iris, she really likes to dig. She's a big digging fan. at pretty much the nearest opportunity that you give her, she will dig as far down as she can get, which is quite funny. But a little bit unwieldy for newer players to figure out that the place she is hitting you is, in fact, not from nowhere, but in fact from 20 meters under the ground. Shell Island, Black Reach Island. Well, none of that is anywhere near us. Gold chest. Show me your treasures. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Well, I guess we'll head back down to Palatown, and we will crack on with getting as many chests as we can find. Hopefully one around this middle area, because then that'll give us a justification to go down here, and then we can go Shell Island, Black Reach, Tyros Crossing, and then to wherever else it tells us. But I want to make it worth it to go down there, even though my ship is quite fast. Yeah. This build is going quite well, though. We just got our first item that we are fully pretty much done with, which are Sandy Charge basic combat shoulder pads, which gives us pretty massive power and intensity. And intensity is what we're really going for, because that'll give us faster fire rate on our Blitz, our Seleno, and our Ultimate Art. The Ultimate Art in particular is what we're looking for, because that is a cool, like, 300 damage already, and we don't even have that much power yet. We only have 73, which is nothing. We only have one out of 6 items. I think we'll have around 100 and 150 or so by the time we're done. Plus gems would probably give it a little extra. And I'm not sure what we're going to put on in terms of gem effects. Maybe energy regen? But we're not really going to be using energy regen that much, because if we're constantly using our abilities, energy doesn't regen anyway. So I'm not sure what we'll put for our passive gem effects. Maybe attack knockback, but we don't really want attack knockback because we want them to be as close as possible to us. We don't want to give them any extra room to run away. Unless we are punching them downwards. But I think with Blitz and Seleno, that doesn't happen until the last hit on Seleno, and it doesn't happen at all on Blitz. To me, attack knockback also isn't the best play. And uppercut doesn't even, I don't think it even has knockback. I think it just sets your location. So probably not attack knockback. Definitely not energy recharge. There's the swimming ones, which aren't too useful. Climbing speed, also not too useful unless we're out of combat. Status prolonging could be useful for searing, I guess. Blocking power. I think blocking power would be really the only thing remaining that might actually be useful. We're getting some trigger charts from this. Should make it a little bit better. Sandfall, cool. Just packing them up, I guess. They're all over there. Sandfall is actually quite good because that's all sandy, of course. And sandy will give us more intensity. And that is what we're looking for. Because we want to be using our ultimate art as much as possible. As soon as we get somebody into an even half decent position, we just whoop, bam, and we hit them for like 250 damage. At least that's how much we do right now. Soon we'll do even more. Oh dear. Frostmill, Sandfall, Shell Island, Thyros Crossing, Blackreach. Alright. So I guess now we're heading down to Forest of Cernunno. And then from there we'll go Blackreach Island, Shell Island, Sandfall Island, Thyros Crossing, and then from there we'll go over where the uncommon pluses tell us to. Sounds like a plan if there was any. But yeah, I think in terms of Easter event maintenance, no, not now. Of course, right when I start up an Arcane Odyssey stream is right when they decide that they want to start maintenance. Maybe I should have. Did they send out like a thing for that to say, hey, we're going to be doing maintenance in a little bit? I guess they're giving a notice in game. So it's the most I could ask for. Seems like there's somebody already here, and I imagine they're getting all the chests. They look like a bit of a freaking professional. So let's just head right over to Blackreach then. I didn't need the chest over here. We already got a good bit of treasure charts. And we need to get them anyway. Because server is about to come to an end. So we gotta cook. Alright. Before we even get there, we'll start studying this. Atop a high cliff, part of the treasure can be found buried in the ground north from the center, a few paces. So that would be about here. Alright, that shouldn't be too hard. Just straight north. Man, life is tough not having the speedboat on my other build. Even though that one ain't even that good. Like, it's just the base stats. There's no enchantments or anything on there. And the officers I have on there are also not fantastic. I think most of them are just defense or resistance. And resistance is fine for speed. Come on, come on, come on. Should be an easier park. All right, let's go. Beat up this guy. Right, I forgot our thing isn't what it says it is, or what I'm used to it being. Ooh. Nice. This is taking a lot of time. This is a big time sink right here. Killing this guy. Oh, where is he going? Come back here. Yeah, I gotta get a lot more. I gotta get a lot more intensity because I was barely able to build up my heat there. Usually, I can just throw myself on top of him and I can just spam E and he will die, and I'll get a bunch of heat. But now I have a new build where my E is my ultimate art, and that's kind of tough to spam, at least until I have a bunch of intensity. I really do wish it did directions comparatively. Like if it said it was on a high cliff, it should compare it to other areas around that are not as tall. Because that would make treasure charts like Frostmill and this one and other places that are all quite high up, like Shell Island, easier to do. And more intuitive for newer players. Okay. Done. Nothing we're gonna need here. Alright. We gotta rush. We're gonna run right past Shell Island and just go right for Sandfall. Nah, I thought I could get that. I thought that would work too. I don't know why it teleported me off the boat. We gotta book it all the way to Sandfall. Unless one of these is also in the sand. Dig in the ground. Nope. Dig in the ground. Nope. Buried in the ground. Nope. Okay. Yeah, none of these are what we're looking for. Should be able to get this treasure by the time it ends. I don't know what this Easter update's gonna bring. I don't know. I don't think I've participated in a single event. I think I did a little bit of the last Halloween one, just because most of it was really easy. It was just, or I didn't do any of the quest ones because the quest ones were all quite tedious. All the event stuff in this game is quite tedious. But the last Halloween one, you could buy a good amount of it just at a shop at Sailor's Lodge, which was nice. And they didn't look too bad either. Sandfall Isle. East, northeast. Let's hop up here. Did it say what height? At around sea level. It can sometimes be a little bit generous with what it calls sea level. So we may want to dig on some of these elevated bits. Hmm. Uh, do I have a marking a scroll? I do. How generous is it with this? Um, because I'm getting pretty close to digging just about everywhere. Is it up here? No. Let me check again. Halfway, east, southeast, from the center. Oh wait, southeast. So over here then. All right, that makes more sense. I knew something was wrong. There's no way it was going to be that difficult or that hard to find. Uh, there we go. Got it. Nice. Sandy Oracle helmet. Not what we're looking for. We're either looking for superheated or sandy fighting legs. Good thing we didn't stop at Shell Island because we definitely wouldn't have had enough time to do this. Let me see what we got. Uh, holy moly, that gives 41. How much is this? How much does all this stuff give? 20, 20, 13. Oh, might get rid of that for this. At least for now. But what did we get? Nothing here. Uh, no. So it's strange to me that the pirate legs are give attack speed. You'd think the half of a leg would not be as nimble as it says it is. But hey, I trust it. Uh, yeah, it doesn't look like we got anything incredibly good. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. Yeah, how much intensity could we get? What's the max stats Arcane Odyssey? While we wait for the game to blow up, how much intensity could we get if we maxed it out? Uh, royal dress is 655. All right. And how much do we have right now? 135. So we're nowhere close to the max that we could get, which is good to know. We're only 1/6 of the way there. And what does intensity uh or how much what does intensity do, or how does it scale? Intensity. Uh, intensity cooldowns. For ultimate art, they are. Hmm. What does it say? For the maximum values of intensity, no. Uh, all right. Well, stat formula then. All right. So what is it? What does it say for this? 70%. So we have 70% cooldown. All right. Does that double the speed, or just about double the speed at which we cool down stuff? Or does it? Is that 70% of our cooldown is what we have right now, and that'll go down? I guess we can find out by unequipping something. So right now we have 70.1. Let's take off this. Now it's 50. Okay, so it is speeding it up. It is not uh doing any something else. All right. We need to massively decrease the amount on this. I'll just say 1. All right, server restarting. Here we go. It's a shame the first person that joined this chat I had to ban. Ain't that just a shame? Oh, okay. Oh, people are getting purged. Server clears. Yeah, we'll have to see if this event is gonna be any any good. Otherwise, yeah, I got no trouble skipping it. The only thing the only reason I would do anything to do with an event is if the seasonal looks good, and that would be the only reason. I doubt the Easter update's gonna come out with any kind of sweeping patch note. Unless it does. If it does, then it's going to be a very interesting stream. All right. Uh, what's going on here? It says it's restarting. I don't think it is. I'm calling its bluff. It's lying right to my face, like directly 180 degrees of my face. That's messed up. Can't do that. Oh, it did send me a message. I guess I just didn't get the notification, or I didn't see it. Hmm. The last vestiges of the old world, bro. Of what things used to be. Facts. All right, let's see if we can get into a new server. Oh, there we go. Oh. You are not allowed to play this game. Friends only. Vengeance just messaged me saying that uh he's not able to. I only stream when he's unable to. Might be that I'm not able to stream when I'm able to. Also, where did my stage go? I remember having a stage. And I usually go there instead of elsewhere. Oh, what? No. Send him a screenshot of this. Is messaging me saying that I always play Arcane Odyssey when he can't, but apparently I always play Arcane Odyssey when I can't because yeah, it's locked the experience. Perfect time for a stream. So true, so real. Um, the game is currently unavailable. It's so over. Well, what do we do now? Apparently, the people in the game. Oh, I shouldn't have left the game. Well, I didn't know it would be like this, I guess. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to experience with this update, though, in terms of content, besides some goofy cosmetics. If there was, that would always be a pleasant surprise, but I don't hold out hope. I'm just kind of a defeatist kind of guy. Yeah, what do we do in the meantime? Let me see. Is there anything in VTech's Discord about? When does maintenance end? Question mark. And we'll see if anybody bites with that. Uh, the the event will release as soon as maintenance is done. When will maintenance be done? Might have to end stream early, I guess. I guess we got something done. We got our one item we needed, which is the what's it called? Charged fighting or basic combat fighting shoulder pads, which gives us a decent amount of intensity, and we reorganized our stuff. Well, I guess I'll end streaming. I'll be back when the game